right now, and somebody who wants to get down to Washington and help support our president where he needs it most in the House of Representatives joins us right now. It's Tom Zmich. Tom is a candidate for Congress in New York's 6th Congressional District, and as the Democrats hold up stimulus, this has got to be helping your campaign, Tom. You're going after this Democrat, Grace Meng. On mostly your points are immigration, Second Amendment, and supporting the police, which you would think most logical people are for. What's happening with you, and what's happening out there with the MAGA Queens organization?
Well, John, we started MAGA Queens about two or 3 years ago when the president was elected, because there was no one out here in Queens trying to unite people. Me and my wife, Karina, we got people together, and we still had the first Trump rally in Queens, September 1st, back in 2018. We had a couple of hundred people show up. It was great. And since then, we've been building coalitions with people. And then coming into this election now, being that I'm retired, we looked around and said, well, is Grace Meng going to get another pass? Because really no one's run against her in 4 elections here in Queens. She's been doing what she wants, and we found out no one really wanted to make the attempt because it's a very heavy Democratic area. But I decided, and we talked about it, and we said, hey, look, we're going to give this a shot, and maybe it's a long shot, but right now with the climate in the country right now, we have a shot, and we're going to keep forward 110%.
That's great to hear, Tom. Now, listen, let's not forget the old any given Sunday premise. You never know what could happen. You got to fight to the end. So let's not call it a long shot, all right? Now you're a dark horse. But I do want to ask you this, and I'm gonna throw this out to you, and it may be worth something for you to talk about. But I don't hear anybody making this case running against these progressive Democrats. But you're for immigration control, right? You're for a wall, you're for borders, and all that other stuff. That's right?
Yes, we want to bring a simplified system to it because they have all these different, even with the regular immigration system with HB1, HB2, HB5, all these different regulations about bringing people in to take jobs away from Americans here. We need to put a limit on that because all these kids are getting out of college, and especially like with my own daughter, she had a hard time with a master's degree in chemistry trying to find a decent job.
Wow.
So basically, yeah. So
well, that's what I was getting to. Here's what I don't understand, and I don't hear any politicians making this case. And maybe you want to take it, but it seems like all these progressive Democrats have union support. The unions are behind them. They got the union. They got Al Sharpton. They got the SEIU. They got all these different unions that are behind them. But at the same time, they're for open borders. Joe Biden has said that he wants to give 10 million DACA people citizenship here, right? So why doesn't anyone tie these two things together for the regular man to understand? The more cheap labor that comes in, the more your union will be affected. So the union workers are really going to get left holding the bag if they allow more and more illegal immigrants to come in because these people are going to work for less money. I don't understand how the unions are supporting people who want open borders.
Well, my stand is because I've been a 35-year member in the Bricklayers Union, and I'm retired now. I've worked all my life. I've worked very hard all my life for what I've gotten and everything like that. The union was very good to me. They provided, health care and pension and annuity and vacation. But we worked for it. And from what I understand, I said right now, especially in New York City, like there was a time when it was 33% of the contracts or so were union workers, and that was okay with some people. But more and more as time goes by, and more cheap labor comes in here, the unions are they're falling apart basically because only in New York City here and from the rest of the country, people are pushing right to work states, this, that, and everything. And those are the ones, all those people are going to be affected later down the road, even with the little bit of unions that they do have, with all of this cheap labor that's coming in and allowing people to come across the border to take those jobs.
It's really crazy. I don't understand how the unions support these people. Hey, my buddy George Santo is running for Congress also in a district kind of near yours, and
right next door.
Yeah, right next door, and we've had him on many times. He's another great Republican trying to get the House back, and people are all talking about, well, the Democrats may take over the Senate, and all this other stuff. It's not that big a balance of power to take back the House. It's you know, we need like 30 seats, I believe, right?
No. So it was actually 16. Actually 16 or 17, if I'm not mistaken. But the problem we have is, I believe, like 40 of the Republicans are either retiring or moving on from where they are. They're not going to run for re-election. That might be an issue, in able to take it back. Like, in other words, if everything was at a standstill and we only had to win 16 seats, the way I see it is that is doable. It's doable to be able to do this around the country. We have a lot of grassroots organizations, people we've talked to around the country, people who are running in different areas to try to take back seats. And some of them have won their primaries. Some of them didn't have primaries. There's Leon Benjamin down in Virginia. I believe in Pennsylvania, we had Andy Meehan. He lost his primary. He had 46% or something like that. But these are grassroots people who believe in Donald Trump and the America First idea to take back our country. And that's, you know, take back America is my campaign slogan. And in the beginning, a lot of people didn't understand what that meant. But now, after the series of events with the COVID virus and now with the defund the police thing, people are starting to wake up, and our campaign is picking up, and people are getting the message now. And that's what we want to do. We want to keep pounding that message to let them understand we want to protect America's values first. That's the first thing, because they believe, you know, Donald Trump is a madman. Oh my God, he's destroying. No, Donald Trump is doing the best job that any president has ever done in this country. And I need to take this seat back from Grace Meng, who's absolutely done nothing for the people in this district. We have a problem now because of the COVID here, that at least 13% of the businesses that we hear in my district are not coming back. And the other 25 to 30% are struggling. So within a year or so, if they don't make it, we're going to have a massive problem with unemployment and people out of work here in Queens. Part of my platform is to bring back the jobs like Donald Trump was talking about, shutting out the factories down in China and stuff, and bringing people back, giving them incentives back here, because we do have manufacturing districts in my area, in Maspeth and in Flushing, and right next door is College Point, to bring back the manufacturing and not push away any businesses and investments that need to be done here, because people right here, the feeling in New York is, you know, with everything going on, they just want to sell their house and get out of here. There's a massive exodus. No. Even Governor Cuomo, he's begging people to come back. I mean, seriously. I mean, if it wasn't for his policies, people wouldn't have left.
That's for sure.
For his decisions that he's made.
That is for sure. All right, Tommy, we're going to have to leave it there. We got to have you back. Anything you want to get out there, any news we can help you with, let us know. If you see my buddy George Santos out there on the campaign trail, we're rooting for New York 3 and New York 6, and we're rooting hard for you guys. Keep up the good work. We'll have you back soon. Yeah, thanks, brother.
You people can go to Zmich2020.com and see all our videos and stuff we've been out there doing on the campaign trail and everything like that, and things that we've been fighting for out here.
Fantastic. Okay? Go check out Zmich, Z-M-I-C-H 2020 to find out more about Tommy's campaign.